Ladies and gentlemen, the game of the week for the Colts, because we have to win this. It might not be game of the week for someone else, but for us, potentially, it is the game that we need. We need to win this game to make the playoffs. And who other to ruin the chances of making the playoffs than the Jacksonville Jaguars? That is one team that I know for certain will probably try their best to ruin the AFC rivals' lives of not making the playoffs. Just hear me out. Just hear me out, right? So we got to play the Jags. Now, we know after all that they've been through that they are not in contention of trying to win, right? We know that. But they know that the Colts need to win this game. And the Jaguars, even though they're not, in winning mode or anything, they're going to play some football. This could potentially be a game that Colts fans will not enjoy because the history states that the Colts have a very hard time winning in Jacksonville. Yeah, we know we have a very hard time of winning in Jacksonville. So, you guys can take away as you can say whatever you want. You can say that the Jaguars stink. There's no way in heck that the Colts is losing this game. They don't have no talent. Trevor Lawrence is rough. I hear you. I hear you very loud and clear. But I will not count out the Jaguars in this game. I just won't. And I give you a score prediction at the end. I will not count them out. Now, do I have the Colts winning? Yes. But let's also take note is that as bad as these Jaguars may be, the last time we played them, we barely won. No matter how bad they stink. Now, of course, their coach was everybody. We get it. But we still barely won that game. It took Hurricane Dio to make Trevor Lawrence fumble the football to secure the W. Just saying. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's go over their schedule. The first game, they lose to the Texans. Texans put up 37. They lost to the Broncos after. They got smacked by the Cardinals, in which we beat. They lost to the Bengals by 3, which was a good game. They lost to the Titans. They got destroyed by them. They barely beat the Dolphins, in which we beat. They lost to the Seahawks, in which we lost to as well. They beat the Bills 6-9. That was the Josh Allen game. We wound up beating them after that week, 17-23. So they had 2 good weeks. Even though they won one, they went 1-1. They beat the Bills, then they lost to us. But they got smacked by the 49ers, in which we beat them. They lost to the Falcons. Don't know how they did that. They got smacked by the Rams, of course. They lost to the Titans again, of course. They lost to the Texans again. They got smacked. The Texans averaged 30 against them. Don't know how that happened. They lost to the Jets. Don't know how that happened. And they just got destroyed by the Patriots 50-10. And now they play us. So their schedule was rough. It was rough for them. But granted, they did beat a decent team in the Buffalo Bills. Now you might say that they stink. I understand that, but the Buffalo Bills has definitely just resurged after beating the Patriots a few weeks back. I feel like the Bills is definitely one of those teams that a lot of people are sleeping on, and they don't have faith in Josh Allen and that offense. They don't have faith in the defense, but they did lose Tre'Davious White, so it's going to be a tough scenario for them. Do I have them win the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. But that's another conversation for another day. Back to this Jaguars team. The Colts, on the other hand, I feel like we can win this game, but it's going to take a lot. Now, granted, the loss we just took, Carson Wentz, he went through protocol and all these things. He didn't practice, so he was a little off. Okay, I'm lying. He was very off. He was very off last game. Granted, I understand. Jonathan Taylor, a lot of people like to mention, he should have got more carries. I don't understand this carry scenario, right? Granted, if we do force feed him the football, he would look like another Derrick Henry, in which Colts fans despise. I don't understand. But he's still the best running back in the game. Credit to that. Don't mind me. I'm sorry, Jonathan Taylor, but Derrick Henry is still the best running back. Now, when he comes back from injury, we don't know how he's going to look. But till this day, Derrick Henry is still the best running back. This season, Jonathan Taylor is the best running back this season. Overall, Derrick Henry is the best running back. Okay, done with that analogy. You can debate with it if you want. I mean, it's not gonna go back and forth. I mean, I said what I said. It could be a 1A, 1B conversation. All right, let's move on. Move on. Okay, so if we force feed Jonathan Taylor, the Jaguars have a good thing of a defense. I mean, they're pretty much known for their defense. So, force feeding Jonathan Taylor, can he have a big run? Absolutely. Can he win us the game? Probably not. I don't think Jonathan Taylor can win us this game in Jacksonville. If Jacksonville was smart, they will force Carson Wentz to win the game for us, because Carson Wentz is a roller coaster. But hear me out. Hear me out. Jonathan Taylor could win us the game. I'm not saying he will, but Carson Wentz is going to be the guy to win us the game. Jacksonville is probably going to force Carson to throw the football. The last time we played Jacksonville, he had a decent game. When you look at this Carson Wentz guy, he is our quarterback, potentially for the future as well. He is a roller coaster. I mentioned this a few weeks back, and there was somebody in my comment section telling me how accurate Carson Wentz is or how good he is. He's not inconsistent. He's not a roller coaster. But the evidence is here. I mean, if you look at this game, look at the games. He's up and down. If you look at the games, he is up and down. Credit the protocol took away his practice. I get that. But he is still inconsistent. He is inconsistent. There's nothing wrong with that, because there's no perfect quarterback in the NFL. I just want some people to understand, when I talk about Carson Wentz and his struggles, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's just inconsistent. Week by week, he's just on and off. He's just on and off. And this is why I don't overreact when he struggles. I don't overreact when he cooks. Okay, I might make videos that make it seem like that, but that's just content purposes. But Carson Wentz is an on and off guy. It's just how it is. His offensive line has been banged up this year. So, of course, when he sees pressure, he's going to try to, extend the play or do something that's out of the norm. Like just throwing the underneath route. It's just there. Does he do it? No. It's just Carson Wentz. That's just his play style. And I've learned to adjust to that. And there's nothing wrong with it. Can he be better? Absolutely. Can he be worse? Yes. But he's not. He's an average quarterback. He is an average quarterback. As simple as that. There's nothing wrong with being average. Average can get you to a Super Bowl. It can. Average equals game manager. Manage the game, Carson. That's all you got to do is manage the game. I enjoy watching his mechanics. Some things he do is just out of this world. I enjoy it. When he struggles, it's like, all right, move on. Because he's not throwing interceptions. That's one thing most people need to understand. He's not forcing turnovers. His 4th and outs is not getting touchdowns, but it can be a way worse than what we actually seen. So, I mean, you gotta take it yin with the yang, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, take the goods with the bads. I mean, overall, it could be better, but it's not the worst. That's what I'm saying. It's not the worst scenario with Carson Wentz. Now, the game plan with the coaching, when it comes to the gameplay designs, it can be better. When you look at the last week's play with T.Y. Hilton, it was T.Y.'s mistake and not Carson's. Most people are blaming Carson, but T.Y. stopped on the route. Go look at all the film room. I'm pretty sure it's out there on YouTube somewhere or Twitter. T.Y. Hilton stopped on the route. It wasn't Carson Wentz. There's a lot of plays with wide receivers and targets drop the football. That is not Carson Wentz's fault. It's not. It's not Carson Wentz's fault. So do not blame Coach Frank Reich. I know there's a lot of people out there that do that. Do not blame Carson Wentz. You got to actually look at the game. Like that's all I'm saying. Don't go along with someone else saying, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Just watch the football game. Don't look at the stats. I know there's a bunch of number guys out there. Do not look at the numbers. You have to actually watch the game. Carson Wentz is a roller coaster. I'm going to keep saying it. That's just how it is with this guy. And I need him to win this game for us. We need this win. If we don't win, there's a high chance, very high, if Jacksonville wins this game, there's a high chance that Baltimore is going to move over us and we'll be watching the playoffs from the couch. So the Colts have to win this game. It's just as simple as that. So after all of that, I feel like the Colts will win. I feel like the Colts will bounce back and score 30 points. But I think Jacksonville is going to put up 17. So the end of my prediction is 31-17 Indianapolis Colts. Duval, do not fight me. I respect your team. You have a very solid defense. You just need a head coach that'll win it. Of course, the rumors to talk about Jim Caldwell. We all have history with Caldwell. Caldwell's a legend. He's been done wrong plenty of times in the career. But it is what it is at the end of the day. They just need a coach that's defensive-minded. A defensive-minded coach will get them right. Because their offense, it's young. It's a young offense. So I'm pretty sure any coach will work with that. But, I mean, that's a conversation for another day. I'm no Jacksonville fan. Maybe somebody else will talk about that. Hey, you do you. But this should be a good game. The Colts should win it. Hopefully it's a blowout. If not, we're just going to be stressing per usual. But you guys let me know the score prediction in the comment section. This is Marcus. And until next time, you've been Culture Shark.